Hey, what's up, you guys? Bloody Jacob here, yes, back again to do a couple more horror movie reviews. And this time we're going to be talking about Stephen King's Silver Bullet as well as Wolves. Yes, two werewolf movies, two little rants in one video. So be excited. I'm excited. I am excited to be back. I hope you guys have been relatively okay. I've been gone a couple. Yeah, it's been more than a couple. It's been a few weeks or so. I don't know. Just I did my Offspring review, which again is my favorite horror movies I've watched in a long time. Did that video and just sort of got backed up, just going to the holidays and everything, and typical excuses. I hope you guys have been okay. With the things of the pandemic and just the general craziness of the world. I wanted to get back to you and ran in front of my webcam here. So here I am. I have this video on the way. I'm going to do an Adam Sandler video pretty soon as well. I'm going to do a couple more holiday movie related videos and cap it off with the Den of Thieves video finally. So yeah, be on the lookout for all of those. Gonna try and keep back up on doing videos on stuff I watch again. And yeah, it's starting tonight with this. So starting off talking about Silver Bullet. Stephen King's Silver Bullet came out in 1985. Of course, stars Gary Busey, Everett McGill, Corey Haim, Megan Follows, Robin Groves, Terry O'Quinn. Yes, even has a role in this. Could go on a little bit. Of course, it's based off of Stephen King's graphic novel. And, of course, werewolves being one of my favorite subgenres in horror. Probably my two favorite horror movies being werewolf movies. That being Ginger Snaps and the 2010 Wolfman remake. It always felt odd that I had to check this one out. And now Stephen King adaptations are very, very hit and miss. And unfortunately, this one was no different. It was on the lower end of that phrase. I've heard decent things about it. And it does have a decent, fun vibe to it, I guess. I just didn't personally care for it. I mean, Gary Busey is Gary Busey in the movie. He's semi-likable. Not necessarily a good performance, but he's fairly likable in this movie. I also didn't mind the kid. And Silver Bullet doesn't actually refer to a bullet necessarily. It refers to this kid's, homemade motorcycle bike that Gary Busey's character, his uncle, builds for him. That makes it a little bit more, something a little more memorable about the movie, I guess. But besides that, I didn't think the werewolf looked very good. The design wasn't necessarily terrible. Maybe. I don't know, it just didn't come out that right. I get that it wasn't a big budget, but still I've seen better things done with small budgets. So I don't know. When you actually see the werewolf, it looks like just like a mascot, kind of costume with a mascot head on a body. It just didn't work that well. The eyes were also too kind of just white and clear and everything. It wasn't very intimidating. And the way the thing kills is a little inconsistent. There's like a mauling it does in an upstairs bedroom. But besides that, I never really felt any danger with it for some reason. There's like a decapitation at the beginning, which is kind of cool. But it's like, okay, would a werewolf really just swipe? I don't know. And also what kind of left it on a meh note for me was the ending. It feels pretty anticlimactic how the werewolf was dealt with, and there isn't really much in the way of casualties, which is kind of surprising. But it is what it is. IMDb, I gave it a 5 out of 10. It's not the worst. I like the premise of it, I suppose. Who the werewolf ends up being is pretty obvious. You should be able to figure out pretty quickly. The movie doesn't necessarily try to hide it forever either. But when it does sort of start to reveal it, and the kids are poking around and stuff, it feels a little hokey, cringy. I don't know. I get it. It's not trying to be like a serious drama necessarily all the time or anything, but it still, either way, it didn't really work for me. I'm not these videos I don't really go into too much detail about. I'm just giving like a general consensus of my mind when it comes to the film. But nonetheless, those are my thoughts. Again, if you want to talk more about it, feel free to comment below, and we definitely can. Next up is Wolves, which came out in 2014, a much newer film. Stars Lucas Till and Jason Momoa most notably, but as well as Merritt Patterson and Stephen McHattie, who a lot of you guys should know. He's in a lot of different genre work. He had a part in The Strain, one of my favorite TV shows of all time. And the writer, it was written and directed by David Hayter, who had a role in writing, some of the better parts of the X-Men films, as well as Watchmen itself, alongside Zack Snyder. So that's a pretty damn good, guy behind the camera right there. Also just started getting into the new MacGyver with Lucas Till. Also fucking love Taylor Swift, so always love seeing him in the You Belong With Me music video. It's not a very original film. I am aware of that. A film I would say it's pretty similar to is a movie like Skinwalkers, which came out in the mid-2000s, which I honestly was kind of disappointed by. That movie, I mean. This movie was actually a pretty good surprise for me. I actually really liked Wolves, which is, again, something I did not see coming. Basically, he is infected. He thinks he killed his parents. He goes on the run, trying to learn to control himself, what he is. He ends up going to this town that seems to be under the thumb of Jason Momoa's character, who's an alpha werewolf, and so on and so forth. He discovers secrets about his past and exactly what's going on in the town itself. So I'm not going to spoil it, because it does try to go into it a little bit with the character background and a little bit of lore, I guess. I said it's similar to the movie Skinwalkers. I think this is far better than Skinwalkers, actually. Skinwalkers had some good practical effects, I'll give them that. But I do think all the actors in this are much better. They have more life to them. Actually, I found Lucas Till to be I found Lucas Till to be likable. I actually enjoyed him quite a bit in this. He's not, and this is still, 2014. He didn't necessarily have the greatest range. I think he's gotten a bit better since then. But still, I liked him in this movie. Merritt Patterson, who kind of ends up playing his love interest once he gets to this town. She's a little bit more than that, but you gotta watch the movie yourselves. I was surprised how much I liked her. Jason Momoa is Jason Momoa. You could pretty much be playing pretty similar characters in every movie. But he works in this, obviously alpha werewolf. What more could you want? John Piper Ferguson is also in this, I forgot to tell you. He's a good kind of enigmatic presence, I think. The movie hits a couple character notes in the climax that I think add a surprising little layer of depth to it, if I dare say. So that helped. I like Stephen McHattie in this. The werewolf designs I warmed up to. They're not my favorite, but I like that they're actually upright. And they had some decent practical effects as well. There is a Blu-ray out there. I forget if it's UK specific or is just very limited. I can't even find it on eBay now. It has it's like a couple more shots of violence, per certain scenes, and it adds a line with Jason Momoa and Lucas Till in the climax that I like. But besides that, I actually enjoyed the story and how it played out. I was pretty surprised. I got a bit invested. I enjoyed Wolves. I gave it a 7 out of 10 on IMDb. But if I had to give it a specific rating, I can honestly bump it up to like a 8.3 out of 10, maybe 0.4. And definitely one of the werewolf movies I've enjoyed most of recent years, alongside movies like Howl. So follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, like, subscribe, be on the lookout for more videos, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.